Hi, hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Samantha Casano, and you are watching Sports with Samantha Casano. If you're a baseball fan like me, you know how exciting tonight is because the 2019 World Series between the Washington Nationals and the Houston Astros kicks off. And there's already been a little bit of controversy surrounding the Houston Astros today, so if you want to learn more about what's going on behind the scenes with them, you can check out my latest blog post. The link will be down below. But nonetheless, there is a game today. It's good for me, and I'm sure so many other people, to get their minds off of what is happening and get back to baseball and something that's not so disgusting and incredulous. But the pitching matchup for tonight is absolutely incredible to die for. If you love pitching, this series will absolutely be for you. In Game 1 tonight, we have the Astros, Gerrit Cole facing off against Max Scherzer. And Gerrit Cole has had an absolutely incredible season. He has not lost a game since May. For me, he is the clear winner for the American League Cy Young. I think that his performances have been more dominant overall than Verlander, who we'll get into in a second. And then Scherzer is a perennial Cy Young candidate. He's already has 2 Cy Young awards. He's in the race every single year, leads the National League in so many categories year after year. Absolutely incredible, force to be reckoned with for sure. And then Game 2 is Justin Verlander for the Astros facing Steven Strasburg for the Nationals. And Justin Verlander is a future Hall of Famer. He already threw a no-hitter this year. He had a dominant pitching performance in the 2017 World Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Very painful for me to talk about. But Steven Strasburg is the hometown kid for the Nationals. He's had fantastic season after season, and he's just incredible as well. And then Game 3, it also doesn't really deter because it's 2 former teammates facing off against each other in Zack Greinke and Patrick Corbin. Zack Greinke was traded from the Diamondbacks mid-season to the Houston Astros, and when that move first happened, everyone automatically thought that the Astros were going to the World Series, they were going to win the World Series. So it's no surprise that they're already here. And then for the Nationals, Patrick Corbin was on the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was drafted there. That's where he played for most of his life. And he signed with the Washington Nationals in the offseason. And he's had a really great season as well. So the pitching matchup for this series is absolutely incredible. And if you like pitching, you're definitely going to enjoy it. The Washington Nationals, no one expected them to be in this position. They started off the season 19-31, and everyone left them for dead. Bryce Harper left. They were struggling from the get-go. No one expected it. They completely turned it on throughout this season, and they've been found for dead so many times and have proved that they are a force to be reckoned with. In the National League Wild Card game, when they were facing off against the Milwaukee Brewers, they were 6 outs away from being eliminated from the postseason. And Josh Hader for the Milwaukee Brewers came in, and Josh Hader is one of the most dominant pitchers, most dominant relievers in all of Major League Baseball. And he just completely lost it in that game, and that's what gave the Nationals the go-ahead to the National League Division Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And again, the Dodgers had already won 100-plus games. Everyone just expected the Dodgers to move on and win their 3rd National League Championship pennant. Well, as painful as it is for me to talk about, that's not how it happened. In Game 5, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers had a fantastic start, and the Dodgers were up, and in the 8th inning, Clayton Kershaw comes in, and it just falls apart, and the Washington Nationals, Howie Kendrick hits a grand slam off of Joe Kelly. So if you saw that one coming, props to you. But the Washington Nationals were left dead, and resurrected so many times throughout this postseason. And then in the National League Championship Series, facing off against the St. Louis Cardinals, the Cardinals looked dead the entire series. The Cardinals had 16 hits in the 4 games. The Nationals completely destroyed them, made them look like they were an amateur team, like they were the Miami Marlins or the Detroit Tigers. For the Astros, it was a little bit of a different situation. The Yankees definitely, in the championship series, put up more of a fight, and the Yankees at least won 2 games, but the Astros totally had the momentum going into the end of Game 6, where they were up, and Roberto Osuna comes in and gives up a home run, a game-tying home run to DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees, and the game is tied at 4-4, and at that moment, I'm watching and thinking that the Yankees now have all this momentum. There's no way they don't win this game, even though Houston has the bottom of the 9th to come back and score. So the Yankees didn't tack on any more runs, and we go into the bottom of the 9th, where Aroldis Chapman comes in, and he walks Carlos Correa, I believe it is, and Jose Altuve comes up to the plate and walks the game off in an incredible fashion. The Houston Astros find out that they're going to the World Series on a walk-off, and they're going to their 2nd World Series in the past 3 years. They have one of the most talented cores in baseball, from Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve to Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander and Zach Greinke. Their team is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. They are the most talented team in the American League, and that's why they won. And the Nationals, no one was expecting them to be here, despite the fact that they also have one of the most incredible teams. They have Juan Soto, they have Anthony Rendon, they have Trey Turner, they have Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, and Patrick Corbin. They have Sean Doolittle. They have all these amazing assets, and despite the amount of times that no one believed in them, they're here, and they're ready, and they're rested. They've had time to rest, whereas opposed to the Astros, who won just a few days ago, they haven't had 6 days off the way the Washington Nationals have. So I am so excited for this series. It's kind of painful for me as a Mets fan and a Dodgers fan to watch 2 of, honestly, my least favorite teams face off against each other. But what we have is an incredible matchup, and I don't think either team, it's going to be an easy fight. I think this is going to be an absolute nail-biter, maybe 7 games. I'm not exactly sure, but all I know is that I'm pumped, and I need baseball to stick around for as long as possible. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening to me rant about the 2019 World Series contenders, and stay tuned for more baseball life and sports life in general. I'm Samantha Casano, and you've been watching Sports with Samantha Casano.